Welcome back to Roam Away From Home. We're Taylor, Mike, Ziggy, and Ditto, and today we're diving into one of the most delicious and sought-after treats of Portugal, the pastel de nata. Come along with us to try the most famous of all these delicious treats made from scratch daily at Pastéis de Belém. Today we're going to Belém to try out the best pastel de nata recipe in Portugal, so everyone says. But first, what is a pastel de nata? This Portuguese custard tart was recently voted the best pastry in the world, for a reason. Smooth and delicious egg yolk custard baked into an ultra flaky pastry with a slight char on the top create an addictive flavor that you want to try again and again and again. They're sold at nearly every Portuguese cafe, each one with a slightly different recipe. I love them so much that they were the very first thing I had my brother try when he visited us in Portugal, and I had a pastel de nata as my birthday cake to celebrate our first trip around the sun after moving abroad. The story of these tasty treats dates back to the 18th century in the Mosteiro dos Jerónimos monastery in Belém, a town just west of Lisbon. The legend goes that the monks and nuns of the monastery had used egg whites to starch their clothing, leaving lots of egg yolks left over. In an effort to earn income for the monastery and to prevent waste, the nuns used the leftover yolks to create the first iteration of these famous pastries, Pastéis de Belém. This monastery and the associated bakery with the original recipe, now used in the famous Pastéis de Belém bakery, is where we're headed today. Belém is easy to get to from anywhere in the Lisbon area. It's accessible via a quick train ride on the Cascais commuter train or the Elétricos and bus system. The bakery and monastery is surrounded by beautiful gardens with lots to do and see along the way, some of which we'll be showing you today. And because public transportation is pet-friendly here in Portugal, Ziggy and Ditto are coming along too. Made it to Belém. Your hair looks good. We like to start our adventure with a pastel de nata, but if you're wanting to take a look inside the monastery, you can add that to your journey as well. To be honest, we've not been inside yet because it tends to be the most crowded attraction in this area, and the outside grounds are beautiful enough for us. You'll easily find the Pastéis de Belém bakery by noticing the large lines forming along the street, or by following your nose towards the scent of freshly baked pastries. On an average day, you'll find 3 separate lines forming to snag some of these pastries. The center line is for eating in. This will be the longest wait, but you'll get to enjoy the historic bakery from the inside. On the right, you'll find the historic takeaway line, where you can get a glimpse of how these pastéis are made. It's pretty cool to see, and they make an average of 20,000 pastéis de Belém each day. The fastest line, and the one that we now go to every time, is the straight up takeaway line that's on the left, closest to the monastery. You won't see the behind the scenes of how they're made, but you'll get a freshly made pastel de Belém every single time. My recommendation is to grab your pastéis de Belém and go to a nice bench in the nearby park to enjoy your tasty Portuguese treat. Ooh, they do look really flaky. Oh. They're really flaky and really warm. Wow, it is really good. The next step is completely up to you and a personal preference. Do you add cinnamon or not? I'm a fan of pastel de nata without cinnamon, but this truly can be a heated debate amongst pastéis de nata connoisseurs. Try both ways for yourself, doesn't hurt to have one of each, and find out which version you like best. If you already have your opinion, let me know in the comments. Com canela ou não? Now that you're all fed, it's time to make the most out of your time in Belém by visiting some of the beautiful landmarks like this pavilion gifted to the Portuguese by the Thai government, or grab an Aperol spritz at a nearby vendor, or just people watch on a beautiful day before heading across the road via the underground pedestrian tunnel to marvel at the Pedral dos Descobrimentos, or Monument to the Discoveries. Just like anywhere in Portugal, make sure to look from the ground to the sky to really soak in your surroundings. This area highlights just how much the Portuguese contributed to the Age of Discoveries. We had visited here a few times and even stayed at a boat on the marina before we truly appreciated this area of Belém. After watching the Shogun series as well as The Amazing Race, where this map was featured as a detour of season 23, it became even more impressive. Many people opt for the further away Tower of Belém, but if you're going to be in the area trying Pastéis de Belém, make sure that you do not miss the Pedral dos Descobrimentos. After a full morning of pastéis de nata and exploring a bit of Belém, it's time to rush home before the rain. And we almost made it back.
I would say that was a very successful day in Belém, and now we are headed home because it just started raining. But the walk through this park is so beautiful. It's definitely a tourist area, but it has a ton of space, so you don't feel too crowded.
Although this is one of the most famous places to get a pastel de nata in Portugal, I highly encourage you to try as many as you can during your next trip here. I often go to whatever bakery is closest to me and just eat the pastel de nata that's there. I will say, Pastéis de Belém is delicious, but it's not my favorite in all of Portugal. So go explore for yourself, visit a local cafe, and truly embrace this Portuguese treat.
We just got to our neighborhood off the train, and it's definitely starting to rain harder and harder. We had perfect timing. We just have one more block. Mike did not dress for the weather. We made it home, and I can't believe it. We had perfect timing. It literally is pouring now outside, and we just got the tail end of it, or front end of it.
Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more Portugal, international travel, and music tourism content. We have some exciting stuff just around the corner, including an amazing race-inspired trip throughout Austria, Slovenia, and Croatia. Before that comes, we're going to be sharing a little bit more Portugal content, but stay tuned for more.